So this is the beginning of the visual identity, okay, and this one is just a demonstration that you're going to follow. So I'm not going to include scratch from scratch, like from clients brief and researches, mind mapping, sketches and all of that. Okay, this one we are starting from creating the logo, and I know some of you don't have any problem when it comes to designing logos in After Effects. Did I say After Effects? I just want you to get the After Effects course though. But in Adobe Illustrator, okay, it's just that you want to know how to come up with these sketches and all of that. Okay, I will just have time for that. So this one we are just following. So if you think you are above this level, kindly like this video, and you can wait for us when we start with those things that you will love. Okay, so in this video I'm going to do the 3 logos. I sent an image in the group, so make sure you join the group, WhatsApp group, and I'm going to do the 3 here. So you choose one, and from there we'll continue with that. So let's jump in. All right, so let's start by creating a new document, and you may ask, what size should we use? Okay, so it all depends on your design needs, and in this video we are going to use 1080 by 1080, which is the square size of an Instagram post, and 1080 by 1350, whether landscape or portrait. This is because some of you would prefer uploading this on your Instagram pages and all of that, okay, just to fit. Others could create 2000 pixels by 3000 pixels, okay, with resolution 300 ppi. Others could create 3.5 by 2 inches, and others even go for A4, just the print size, to get, you know, a real-time size of how the logo may look and all of that. And in case you are trying your hands on visual identity, and after that you upload them on your Behance page or Dribble, you will have to get their post sizes, okay, so that they will fit correctly. All right, so that is that, and let's begin. So in this video we are picking 1080 by 1350, but the landscape orientation will give you 1350 by 1080, okay. And for print out sake, we are going for CMYK, don't go for RGB, please. All right, and the resolution we are going for 300 ppi, pixel per inch. Let's click create. So in the WhatsApp group I showed you 3 variations to choose from, so that we won't have the same logos, but they are just the same. All right, so we got the 3 here. This is the first one, second one, and third one. We are going to do the first one, so that after that we turn it into this and that, so that those of you who chose this, you know, you will get this, and those who chose this or that. All right, so we are using this one, so let's drag it and drop. If you're not in our WhatsApp group, kindly check the description for the WhatsApp group, or the link for the WhatsApp group. And indeed, I understand some of you, when it comes to creating logos in Illustrator, you're good to go, but you just want guidance on how to come up with ideas or idea generation, or the steps to take before you come up with a logo and all of that. Don't worry, I'll bring you videos on that, okay, step-by-step tutorials on that. But in here we just want to have our template, and after showing you or taking you guys through the steps to come up with ideas or something like that, you have your own logo and present it to me, okay. So in here we are just following. All right, so let's begin. I'm going to lower the opacity. So up here you got opacity, I will lower it. All right, and I can center it if the size is okay. All right, or I can just decrease the size a little and lock it. So if you go to object, you can see lock, selection, and it is locked. All right, so taking this as our sketch, let's grab the line tool. You can also create this with a pen tool. All right, make sure you check the beginners videos. All right, so let's grab the line tool and then create a straight line like that, and the size, let's make it 1 point. Okay, so let's place it here, and Alt on the keyboard, click and drag. All right, and over here, from here to here is the same size, okay, as this. Cool. So I'll talk about when sketching, okay, and the types of sketch books that you need to use. All right, so let's copy this. In here we are just copying. Okay, so copy and place it here. All right, and let me just use the arrow keys to shift it down a little. Okay, and alt click, no, select the two, or just duplicate this one. All right, so we got this. And if you want, you can duplicate one of these lines or just use a new line. Okay, and let's place it here. And one thing is that make sure you have your smart guys turned on. Go to view, and we have smart guys. The pink stuffs, when you move around, you see path, that pink stuffs over there. Okay, those two tips, is it two tips or something? So I'll just duplicate this one here. Okay, alt click and then bring one here. Anywhere you see straight line is supposed to be there. If you see a diagonal line, it's supposed to be there. So I'll just duplicate this one and select rotate, hold shift to get an angle like that. Okay, so I'll just place it here and duplicate one here. Okay, now let's extend these two lines. Okay, so in extending them, don't use that move to, you click, don't use this method, click and then you just try and drag them up. No, don't do that. Use the direct selection tool. Okay, with these two lines selected, you click one, hold and drag. Okay, you can use shift on the keyboard, all right, to extend them. All right, so now they are outside the logo. So let's have some ellipses. Okay, and lest you forget, there's another one here. So one's supposed to be here. Let's duplicate one here. Okay, all right, so we have our lines intact. Now anywhere we see curve, there is supposed to be a circle. All right, so let me bring one line here before I forget. All right, now let's go for the ellipse tool and then create an ellipse. Okay, so I can have myself an ellipse, place it here. So you're supposed to touch this line and this line, then we resize until it falls on the path. So make sure up here touches and over here touches. So it touches this line, touches this line. Now the next thing is to resize it, okay, so that it falls on the line or on the sketch, just like that. Now one thing is that you have to make sure these lines that are touching over here intersect. If it happens to be like there is a space over here, okay, so you can see there's the line, straight line, and there's the line of the circle, the path of the circle. So if I select the two, you can see that there's a space between them. Yeah, so they have to touch. And in order to check this very well, use Ctrl Y on the keyboard to enter outline mode. Now you can see they touch each other perfectly. All right, and same way you have to check here, they touch. Okay, so if it is like this, they don't touch, there's a space there, you can use the shape builder too. Okay, you will face problems with that, so always make sure they touch. All right, after that, if you want to exit this outline mode, Ctrl Y, you exit. Now that we got that, we are good to go. So let's duplicate this ellipse and one over here, and make sure to check my channel page for the Adobe Illustrator playlist. You know how I have a video on how to create the golden circles. Okay, all right, but in here we are not using the golden circles, just creating some random circles. So same way, let it touch. Okay, if you want a circle, you want this curve, so it touches, it should touch this line and then touch this line, and then we can resize. Okay, so you can start from here, it touches this line, and then when we resize, it will fall in place. All right, that's that. And duplicate one down here. Okay, just a straight line over there. Cool. Now we need to verify that they are touching each other, the lines that are touching. So let's go to, okay, so they are touching. Control Y, you can see they are touching. Over here they are touching, over here they are touching. So even lines are touching each other and your partner says don't touch them. Okay, so you can see this one is out of place. Let me exit. Control Y, you can see it is not touching this line and the curve here is not that perfect compared to this one that is touching up here. Hope you get the point. So Control Y and we can select this guy and move him up until it touches perfectly. Now we have a good circle over there. Cool. Or a good curve over there. All right, so this is what we have now. So when you are done like this, okay, when there is nothing to be done anymore, you just unlock the sketch. Okay, so go to object and then unlock all and then select everything, alt on the keyboard, click and drag, duplicate to the left side or anywhere. You can group them, Control G to group them. All right, now let's focus on this one. So we need the shape builder tool to get our shape. Okay, so first of all, highlight everything, and this guy, we got the shape builder tool over here. Okay, this is the shape builder tool. Okay, so the shortcut is Shift plus M. So with this one, we are just going to get rid of the unwanted parts before we focus on merging and deleting or subtracting. So hold Alt on the keyboard, it tends to minus, click or cross over all the strokes. Okay, any stubborn one, just drag over them again and they will disappear. All right, okay, there's one here, we'll get rid of him. Okay, so let's get hold Alt minus subtract. Okay, so where we want space to be, we subtract. Okay, so this is an empty space that we want. Hold Alt, drag, subtract. Okay, and subtract from here. Now here to here there should be an empty space. Okay, so Alt on the keyboard, we drag through. This is not KFC that you will drive through, we drag through. Okay, all right, so make sure you get rid of any. Anyways, after duplicating, let me just lock the sketch. Anyway, let me just finish this one before I just lock it, because I can see the guides over here. So if I select it and go to object and then lock selection, here we have this. Okay, good. So I can select them again and then grab shape builder tool up here. We can get rid of this guy, Alt drag to get rid of him. Sometimes there are tiny shapes that we need to get rid of them, so make sure you zoom in on cross sections, okay, where or intersections, I don't know, where two lines meet. Make sure you zoom in there to get those tiny ones out of the way, else they might cause confusion. So you can see over here, this guy is there, but he won't say that I'm here. All right, now we are left with combining only. So with no Alt on the keyboard, no, we are just going to drag to add them or join. Okay, so you only hold Alt when you want to remove. So after this, you have to zoom in. There will be places where you need to add, so zoom in on path to check. So over here we can take it out by holding Alt and drag. So this one we are not holding Alt since it is inside the logo, so we are just going to drag over it with a plus. This one is outside. Alt, click over. I guess we are good to go. Okay, so with this, let me just zoom up here and see if there's, okay, so there's one over here. Let me drag up and add. So always scan through, okay, and remove and add those areas. Alright, so I guess we are good to go. So select the move tool, and so we can click this and change it to black. Click this and change it to black. Okay, let me zoom in here if we have, okay. Now I can click this or shift on the keyboard, click and move up here. Alright, so that's all we got. Let me undo that. Alright, so for this one that we got over here, you just need this. You don't need, okay, so for this variation, we this one right here, okay, we just need another ellipse or circle over here, okay, and a diagonal line over here. So there's the diagonal line from a previous one, so I'll just right click and transform, reflect, okay, and I'm just going to place it here. Okay, it falls in line perfectly. Okay, and another ellipse over here. Okay, so this is what we got. All right, and you select all and you use the shape builder tool. So I'll first of all get rid of everybody that I don't want. Okay, so time is not on our side. I have to skip. Okay, so that's how you get the third one as well. Okay, so very easy. Now I'm just going to use this. So from here we will know how many outposts we are supposed to have and all of that.